Hey y'all, welcome back to Convos with Bree. I'm Bree, BREE, and today is day 76 of the Visibility Challenge. Y'all, I have been working on this for like over a year now, maybe longer. My goodness. I've done so many different variations of what I am working on, and it just never felt quite right. But one area that has just had my focus for so long is that awareness is just the starting point. I see it all over myself, others, and everything that I do. So many of us have such a deep understanding of what we do and why we do it. But yet, in the moment when we need to change our responses, it feels literally impossible. And it created this loop for myself that I genuinely just felt stuck in for so long in every area of my life where I would notice what was wrong. I would notice what I wanted to do differently, where I wanted to do it differently, how it was impacting the situation, myself, everyone around. And then I would have an opportunity to do it differently. And I couldn't, honestly. It felt like it was out of my control. Like my emotions were stronger than my knowledge. My emotions were stronger than my willpower. And that meant that my past was stronger than my future. And it was stronger than my present, also, honestly, because in my present moment, I knew what I wanted to do, but I still could not do it. And it was so frustrating to feel like I needed more information on top of all of the information that I had. So I would scramble. I would look for an exterior source that would provide the information I needed, the bridge to this gap. I just struggled so hard here. And today I wrote this reflection that I absolutely love, and it is all about awareness being the starting point. It is called Awareness is the Starting Point. And I noticed that when I started allowing myself to truly acknowledge my frustration around this, I started to see patterns. Patterns have always been easy for me to see and observe in others because I can step back and I can see how it's playing out. I can see how people are interacting. I can see where things are going awry. It literally feels like I'm in the therapist chair when I'm observing. I'm not part of what is happening. So it's easy for me to stay out of what they're feeling, keep my personal feelings out of it. I don't feel like I'm personally being attacked. I'm just observing. I'm just guiding, just pointing out what I see. But when I am on the couch and I am the one that is in the argument, I couldn't hold that same perspective. And I just could not stop my emotions. I could not stop my triggers. I could not reroute no matter how badly I wanted to reroute them. But when I started really slowing down And I took the obvious issue that I saw and I stopped focusing on the obvious issue and I started focusing on myself, my responses, my thoughts, my actions, everything that I did around this obvious interaction that was wrong. I started to take all the energy that I was putting into what I thought needed to change. And I started putting all of my energy into what I could change. I started allowing myself the space to feel triggered, to be aware and acknowledge I am heating up. I am getting angry. I am getting frustrated. I am feeling overwhelmed. I am feeling like I hear this and we're back in this loop all the time. I'm questioning my relationship. I'm questioning if I want to be in this anymore. And it was like I didn't want to leave, but I didn't want to do this anymore. And I could not, for the life of me, figure out how do I get this person to see that if they don't change, this will not work. But I couldn't see that that's why we weren't getting out of it. I was putting the entire outcome on changed external behavior. That never leads to anything or anywhere that I want to go. And I had to look at myself because internally, it's the only thing that I can truly change, that I know I am capable of changing. It's me. And at the time, I didn't feel like I had anything to change. So I was like, well, now I'm lessening myself. I'm dulling my shine. I am whatever. But that's not true. That is not what that means at all. He wasn't making me play small. He was just doing the exact same thing I was doing. We were both voicing our sides and we were both attacking the other person, wanting the other person to fix what was wrong. But we weren't actually listening to each other. We were so busy feeling personally attacked that we couldn't hear each other. We couldn't hear their hurt, their fears, any of it. All we heard was the attack. All we focused on was the attack. We were choosing to make it personal. So I started stopping. And every time I found us back in this loop, back in this same type of argument style, I acknowledged this is a starting point. I am aware of everything I don't want. I am aware of everything I do want. My awareness is the starting point to change. If I truly want this to change and grow, I need to focus on what I can do here. And I thought about that therapist chair. And I started leaving the couch and sitting in the chair while my partner was talking to me. I started allowing him to just get his feelings out, and I didn't take anything personally. I just listened. I waved off the attack. Anything that felt defensive or attacking, I let it slide because that wasn't really the issue here. The issue we were getting to was figuring out why he was responding this way, why he was feeling this way. I wanted to learn about him, and I had to take myself out of that. So when he would say things about me, I would just picture this is somebody just talking about their partner. This is not me. This is just how he feels. And I don't know because I am not a part of it. And I let him talk and I heard him. And I started being able to understand in a way that when I work with people, I see it clearly. I see it unbiased. I see it so much more deeply than they are able to because they are so close to their relationship. It is personal to them. So when I took that out and I started making it about how can I help this person evolve? How can I help him feel more comfortable speaking about what he's feeling to his partner? How can I help him bridge these gaps that he's missing? And that helped me bridge my own gaps. It helped me see where I was being difficult, I was being harsh, I was being all of these things that were unnecessary. And I could smooth these areas too. I could bring in more love, more kindness, more patience, all of these things. And when I would allow myself to sit back on the couch, I allowed myself to speak from a place of calm. Instead of letting the emotion take the keys to my car, I said, no, you're not even riding with me today. Today is for me. This is my trip. And I did things different. I started experimenting. I started being aware of what I would previously do. And I started playing around with things that were different. Not everything worked. Some things led me right back to that emotional push and pull. But it all expanded my perspective and it all expanded my perception of self. And it expanded how I saw everything in this relationship, in my life. I started connecting it to all of the areas that I did this. And it wasn't just my relationship, it was with money, creativity, work, my body, my health, all of these areas. I could see it all so much more clearly. And I understood now how to start to change. I was bridging gaps. And instead of seeing these opportunities as overwhelm and places of discord that I needed to get away from, I started seeing absolutely everything as an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to show that I am doing it differently, an opportunity to try a new experiment, to test new theories, new outcomes, to see what would happen. I think that so many of us get stuck in this loop of we understand, but we do not know how to bridge the gap. We do not know how to make the change and consistently keep the change. And that is why I do what I do. That is why I've been working on this for years. That is why I take my time and I let the alchemy build in the time that it takes because a lot of times I am just starting. I'm finding a starting point, and sometimes I just need to sit more deeply with that. And sometimes I need to push it out right away and say, what do we think about this? Who's with me? Who's tried this? Who does this make sense to? Who is struggling to understand? That helps me find all these different avenues and these different places of growth and of lessons and learning. And that's what my life is now. I'm literally just a scientist. I feel like I'm just constantly doing experiments and testing things. And I feel so excited about it. I feel so alive. This is honestly, like, this way of being makes me happy to be here. And there's been so many spaces of my life where I could not embody that feeling. It was physically impossible for me to embody gratitude for being alive because I just felt like I had been kicked so hard so many times, and I was tired. I was tired of trying. I was tired of masking. I was tired of never being enough, of never fitting in, of constantly being stuck in these loops. But I never quit. I just kept going. I just kept trying. And now I find myself here. And there's still hard seasons. There's still highs. There's still lows. There's still struggles. But now I can see them all as opportunities. And now these things change. Now I feel like the mask is off. I'm home within. And that is just absolutely beautiful. And that's what I do in my convos. I really help people map their own patterns, get clarity on areas that they know, but they can't quite bridge it. I love it. I love it more than I've ever loved anything that I've ever done. It just fills all my cups. I love helping people see themselves and break through these things. And it's just an absolutely wonderful place to be. All right, y'all. I am going to wrap this here. It is another rainy, stormy day, and I am just going to enjoy. So I hope that this resonated. I hope that you're excited for what's to come. I hope you want to pop over and read the reflection. Awareness is the starting point. It's absolutely beautiful. The reflection today is some actual pattern mapping questions so that you can start to map some things of your own, find some patterns that you maybe previously didn't clearly see. Maybe you knew they were there, but you couldn't clearly see them. Maybe you had no idea. Maybe this is a brand new way of thinking. No matter where you are in this, it can truly help you discover more pieces of this journey of yourself, of what you're looking for. So pop on over convoswithbree.com and you can check out awareness as the starting point. You can catch up on past vlogs, reflections, questions, all of it. If you want a deeper dive, a one-on-one, you can book a convo with me. I do also do group sessions. So if you have people that are struggling with the same types of issues, I love to sit down in a group and we can really figure that out together. We can jump on a Zoom all together. I absolutely love the group work because it really creates a foundation, not just with me, but where you can always go, where you all learn together. So you can ask me about that if you have any questions there. But really, I'm just here, y'all. If you have questions, shoot me an email, DM me, whatever it looks like. I'm here. I love this. This is my life's work. Let's dive in together. And remember, nothing that is meant for you will miss you. Be here now.